Hi everyone, welcome to RPA Explorers channel.
Everyone are doing good, and in today's video we are going to continue on use case series. So in the last video I have shown you guys how you can rename your files from specific folder. So this is a use case. If you are watching that video, so you can watch it to get the complete idea, and in today's video I'm just going to continue on this. Let's see how you can copy or how you can move your file from one directory to another. Okay, and before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also don't forget to like this specific video to reach more people so that it could be beneficial for others as well as to me as well. So yeah, let's get started now. So let's look at the folder we have. So I'm just going to use the rename folder itself. So in this input I have a folder which is called rename files, and inside I have some specific file. So now our agenda or our use case is going to be copy all the files from the rename folder and paste it in a different folder. Okay, and right now I do not have any folders created, so let's create a folder and we'll copy it to that new folder. So as I'm going to use the same thing, let's use the same for each and the same get file. So I'm just using this get files from toolbox, which is used to get your files from a specific path. So if you drag and drop it, and here I have just given the rename files folder path, and then your extension and then your subdirectory. So if you have any subfolders, you make it true so that it just loop through or it get all the files from the subfolders as well. And if you want to get or any particular file extension, just enable your file extension, and this will give me the list of file. So I'm just using my for each to loop through each files. Okay, now this is done. So now let's take the copy file from the toolbox. So copy. So if you see, you have two directory and for the file. So let's take copy file. So if you see here, and basically you have to provide your source file. Let's say that you have two different files or one file which is called text excel. So here you will be providing your text excel file path, and in the destination file path you have to say like test new file with the extension. So in that way it will be copying from the source to the destination. So this is simple as it is going to be for a single file. Now let's see how you can do it for a complete folder or for a bulk of files. Okay, let me just simply run it. So let's see what's the output. So if you see here, so this is just giving me the entire folder with the file path, right? But now in our case we are not going to write it to the rename files. Instead we will be creating a new folder, and then you have to get the file path and write it. So now let's use the get file path to get just the file name. Okay, tap the variable to the file path. So let me run it and let's see. So this should give me just the file path, not the directory. Okay, it's just giving me the path. So we are good. So now that we have get the file path, which should be our source file path, and now we have to concentrate on the destination path. Okay, so as I mentioned, we'll be creating a folder. Let's filter with directory where you have an option to create it, and here you have to provide your directory. So if you just provide any particular folder name, it automatically get created in the project folder. But now I'm just going to create it over here, right? So let's say C, and I'll use a format text. Okay, format text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the user a folder name, and whatever folder name he gives, I'm just going to append it to this directory. So let's say 0 underscore, let's say 0, and here the 0 is my directory, right? So this is nothing but my complete folder, and inside this I'm going to create a folder which should be my first parameter. In here it's 0. Okay, let's click on OK, as I just have one, and here I'll be given the input of user. So if you go with message box where you can ask the input, you can ask the user an input. So let's ask the user, let's say please provide the folder name to copy. Okay, and the user will give some folder name, right? That I'm going to pass it over here. So you can create your variable. So I'm not creating anything for here. we are good. So maybe let's run it and let's see. Okay, so it's a let's say copy. I'll say okay. Okay, now let's look at it. Okay, so this is how the output or the formatted folder looks, and now I have to create this copy in the directory path, right? So let's say please create it. I'll run it. This time also I'll say okay, maybe I'll say new copy. I'll say okay, this is done. Let's go over here. Okay, if you see, it has created a new folder. Okay, this is good. And also, instead of you provide your path, here we have hard coded the path, right? What you can do is you can use this particular root path. So get root path will give you the root path of your current folder or current file path. So if you just pass it, this will automatically give me the root path. So you can also use it and map that variable over here. Okay, that is also another way, but here I have just shown how you can get your user input in this example. So now that we have the path, and then I give the file name, right? So again I'm just going to take my format text. Okay, so here my formatted output will be my path and underscore, and then backslash with your file name, right? It. So let's add two parameter, and first parameter is this, and my second parameter would be my file name. And here this is my destination path, and my source path is which comes from each for loop. So it's called L file path. Okay, let's run it now, and let's say A B C, and I'll say okay. Okay, we have an error. Let's take, okay, it says illegal characters in the path. Let's view the path. Okay, so the first path it's having an issue that like it is not replacing the first parameter. So let's see what's the current file path. Okay, the current file path, which is called test. Okay, I got it. So if you go to the format text where you have this option, if you want to treat your T as a tab separator or not, right? So what does it mean? That if you have any backslash T in your formatted text, it will be considered that as a tab. So instead of writing the actual text, you just give it a tab. Okay, so if you see the resultant formatted text will have the tab, because our first parameter or the first file name which starts with test, right? So the 0th parameter is your file path, and then maybe I'll just write it. Okay, so it will be easy. So I'll quickly copy it. Okay, so this is how currently the output looks, but what the format text will do is, here it's 0 and backslash. Let me close it, and okay, and now we'll get the current path. I'll show you in a better way. So I'll copy this, and basically this is how the format text will look. But here, as the checkbox which is which is for backslash T should be treated as a tab separator, it added a tab over here, and this is how the output looks now. So this is not possible for all the cases, but it is possible for cases wherever you have this backslash T, or your file name which starts with N, or we close it, and I'll show you over here. So if you see, you can enable this if you want to treat your backslash N as a line separator. Let's say that your file name is called new file, or it's called new Excel. In that case, the same error happens to that file name as well. So and let me disable both these options so that we do not have any confusions. And now let's run it. Say completed copy folder. Okay, I'll say copy, click on OK. Okay, so this time it has run without an error. So let's go to the folder. The folder is empty, so there is an issue in copying it. So let's verify the source and file path. So this is the source path, which is good. So we have the root path and the actual file. This is good. Let's verify the destination path. Okay, so for the destination path we have some error, so let's look at it. What's the error? Okay, so basically we are missing the brackets here, and I have completed it, so let's run it now. Okay, and this time let's call it's a final copy folder. I'll click on OK. Okay, this is start. Let's go. And okay, so this is copied now. Okay, let me check in the get files. It seems we are just filtering only the png. I'll remove it. We'll run this, run from here. Let's say abc underscore 1 2 3 and okay, this is good. Okay, now that we have all the files from the rename folder, that is copied to the new folder. You can also use any particular file to copy it. So this is working fine as expected. And also make sure that you concentrate on these in case your file name pass something or it starts with N or T. Okay, so we are good now, and this is also completed. And also I would suggest another way. It's like you can have another parameter for this backslash itself. Like you can have that as a separate parameter that you can provide it over here, so that won't be an issue. So that is also another way of achieving it. And now that we have seen how you can copy it, so with the same example, let me quickly show how you can move it. Okay, so go to your toolbox, filter with move file. Okay, let's use it. And here it's like you, from the source file, the file will get moved to your destination path, right? So let's see. Again we have to create your your destination path is this. Destination path is the same, and let's provide the file path as the source. And this time it won't just copy, instead it will be moving all the files. Okay, and I don't want to affect my original folder, so what I'm going to do is that let's take the folder that I made a new copy now, so which is called abc, right? So let's take this file and we'll use it to move it. Okay, so this is done now. Let's run it now. Okay, so let's say move files. Okay, I'll click on OK. Okay, this is done. Let's go to the new folder which is called move files. So we have all the files from the abc folder. Let's look at it, and also see this folder is now empty. So this is good now. And also for both these component we have the additional method which is override. So if you want to if you are copying a same file to a destination path again, so you can just enable it to true. In that way it doesn't throw you an error that the file already exists or it was already in place. So it just override the new file. So, and this is applicable for both these properties. Okay, and yes, so we have come to an end, and this is how you can use both these methods to copy to any particular folder or move to a new folder. So I hope you guys find this video useful. And also if you want to rename your file before moving it, so you can follow my previous use case, so watch it and you can apply it for both these scenarios as well. So that's it for this video, and thank you so much for watching this video till the end. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel to make it beneficial for more viewers as well. So thank you so much for watching this video.